Hello guys!
Hey!
Welcome back to Shytalk.
In this video we're gonna be talking about Avengers 4, what we think is gonna happen in the sequel to Infinity War, and basically what should happen, what we want to happen, and what we think is gonna happen. Stay tuned. Infinity War was a great movie. What do we think is gonna happen next though? Everybody turned to dust, not everybody, but you know, the newer Avengers, Spider-Man, most of the Guardians of the Galaxy, freaking Winter Soldier, freaking Black Panther,
Groot.
Why don't we talk about the most obvious thing? The death that happened in the dust.
Well, that's a theory that says that the people that turn into dust are actually the people that are gonna survive. That maybe they're in a different realm, and what's gonna cause the heroes that survive in order to save them is to give them their souls in order to save the people that died. So Tony Stark, Captain America,
Thor?
what is this guy's name? Well, Thor, yeah. War Machine, Rocket Raccoon, all those people, in order for them to save the people that died, they're gonna have to give away their souls to bring them back. That's a theory that I heard. What do you guys think about that?
About your theory, it sounds interesting, but I don't know how they're gonna be able to just give their souls. Does the number of people that die and the people that are alive balance?
I mean, that's the whole point. That was the whole point of Thanos thing, to balance the universe.
Yeah, like
so it's basically 50-50.
So half of the Avengers die.
I mean, I didn't count them, and right now it's not
like
a good time.
We still don't know if Ant-Man and the Wasp were
Yeah, we don't know
either.
who died, but maybe they didn't die, because there's another theory that says, because since Ant-Man and the Wasp movie happened before the events of Infinity War, there's a theory that says that in their movie they're gonna be trapped, or they're gonna be inside the microverse or whatever, the quantum burst, and that's gonna protect them from Thanos' finger snap, and that when they come out they're gonna go home to their families, and they'll probably go hug his daughter, oh I'm back, whatever, and then she's just gonna turn into dust, and probably Wasp is gonna come back home to her father, Hank Pym, the original Ant-Man, and then he's gonna turn into dust, and her mom too, because I guess they're saving her mom in this movie.
Yeah. She's a virgin.
And the same thing is gonna happen to Hawkeye. Hawkeye, maybe he's in the Ant-Man movie, I'm not sure, but they're probably gonna do an end credit scene with Hawkeye and his family. If it's not in the movie, they're gonna do it in the end credits. They're gonna show Hawkeye and his family, and his family are gonna turn to dust, and that's what's gonna be.
I think what's gonna happen in Avengers 4 has to do with Gamora, because in this movie she was practically useless. They only used her to kill her.
I mean, she wasn't useless.
That's all. That was her whole
She's
meaning.
the reason why he has the soul stone.
That's the whole meaning of her. So they probably gonna give her a bigger role in the next one, and probably Nebula too. Nebula, I don't know.
It happened kind of like it did in the Infinity Gauntlet comic though, because Gamora is one of the first one that gets killed by Thanos. She gets trapped into those soul bursts with where Adam Warlock is. Adam Warlock nowhere to be seen in Infinity War, and according to the Russo brothers, he's not gonna be in Avengers 4 either. He's gonna be on Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which doesn't happen until after this movie. So Gamora gets trapped into the Soul Stone or whatever, and she doesn't come out until Nebula is the one that steals the gauntlet from Thanos and reverses everything.
Revives everybody.
So they could do a version of that where Nebula reverses everything, but then again, I really don't think that's what's gonna happen.
On your theory that you saw, I don't think it will be very popular with the fans, but I think it is interesting because the people that are still alive are basically the first generation.
Yeah,
that came out.
The older Avengers.
Yeah,
basically.
so you can see why they will be the ones to die for real.
Yeah, like they're the ones that with their contracts
it's true.
ended.
It will make sense because they're already planning on shifting to phase 2. So everybody that's alive
Actually,
now,
phase 4.
Right? Yeah, I'm sorry. Everybody that's alive now is from phase 1 and 2. You know, phase 1 and 2.
The main superheroes are still from phase 1.
Yeah,
so,
the original. They're basically the original Avengers.
The original recipe.
Them and Rocket Raccoon is the only one that's, I believe, and some of the Black Panther people like Okoye and M'Baku, they were the only ones that survived. But then again, freaking Winter Soldier died, and he's technically one of the originals. But he wasn't really an Avenger. He's more of a guy just helping. But that's one of the theories regarding all of them, like all the Avengers dying. But there's also a theory where, since we talked about in the past video that we gave our thoughts about Infinity War and our review basically of what we thought, what we liked, what we didn't like about Infinity War, I mentioned, and we mentioned actually, that everything in this universe has revolved around Tony Stark. So he might be the one that gets the gauntlet and reverses everything. Actually, I think that's probably the most possible thing to happen. I feel like Tony Stark is gonna get the gauntlet, and in order for him to bring those people back, he might need a sacrifice. Now, here's the thing. He could always sacrifice Captain America. That's a big theory that I've heard, that Captain America might be the person that he loves, kind of like Gamora was for Thanos, in order to bring everyone back, or at least to reverse everything, or at least bring Gamora back, because technically you could reverse everything with just having the gauntlet. You may not need to give souls for that, but to bring Gamora back, you might need to give a soul, and that might be Captain America's. It might also be his own soul. It might be Tony Stark, the one who dies.
No, you're not bringing this also that he was mentioning that he had a dream that Pepper was pregnant.
That's
so
another
it
thing.
Might be even Pepper.
Pepper Potts. She might be dead right now.
This is what I wanted to bring up to light when you said Iron Man was gonna get the glove. We saw in Guardians of the Galaxy that you can't hold a Soul Stone. Like you have to be like mystic or superpower or something.
The Infinity Stones, like all of them,
like
you do have to have a certain amount.
You saw that it took the whole Galaxy team, Guardians of the Galaxy team, just to hold the purple one.
Yeah, and the only reason that Peter Quill survived was because he was half eternal, basically, because of Eagle the Living Planet.
But regardless of if your theory is true or not, Tony Stark is definitely the key to all of this. Tony Stark, because
now that you mentioned it though, maybe that's what happened. Maybe he dies trying to bring everyone back while holding the stone. Oh, that also can go back to the to the whole thing about Nebula. Nebula technically is a bunch of spare parts that Thanos put together because he's been fucking torturing her whole life. So she might be able to use it.
Yeah, but she's the daughter of Thanos, so she already got his Titan blood.
Well, not really. She's not blood daughter of Thanos. She's just adopted, just like Gamora. Thanos doesn't really have any children, you know. In this movie, at least, all these people are just people that he kind of kidnapped after he killed half the race.
Nice Thanos.
It's interesting to think about how they're gonna reverse everything, but what if they don't reverse it? What if everything sticks?
I don't think that's a
I don't think that's gonna happen.
That's like the lowest.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
The lowest possibility is just everything sticking. Everyone dead.
That's like a 1%.
Think about it.
Chance.
Think about it. Black Panther, Spider-Man, the superheroes that just came out in the movie theaters.
But like I said in the other video, like I said, they could always do Miles Morales. They can always do.
That's not gonna fly. I mean, Miles Morales is a good Spider-Man, but it's all about the fans.
I mean, Miles Morales in the Spider-Man universe right now, he's a child.
It's a child.
We met his uncle, that's Childish Gambino, so
Childish Gambino. So
there's a chance maybe in the future, but I don't think it's gonna be now.
I just have to bring it up because it could be a possibility.
It could be.
Marvel could be.
But
like,
I think Tom Holland
just do it.
Tom Holland would have spoiled it by now, though.
For real? Oh my god!
Let's be honest.
Dude!
Let's be honest.
Dude. Either him or freaking Mark Ruffalo would have done it. Mark Ruffalo freaking spoiled Infinity War before. Like, I saw a video on Instagram where he was talking in this interview, and he was like, they were asking him about implications about people dying, and he's like, oh yeah, like in every movie, it gets tougher and tougher for the heroes, and they're close to dying. Actually, in this movie, everyone dies. And then freaking Don Cheadle, War Machine, he's like, dude. He pretty much gave away that he gave a spoiler. Like, his reaction was like, dude, you fucking spoiled the movie. So like, it's lucky that I didn't see that before the movie, because it was like a reaction. It was so honest that he was like, oh shit, I fucked up. Sorry, can you edit that out? He actually did say that. And it was like, they didn't edit it out, but they didn't release it until the movie was out, because I think it was on Instagram, but it was for like one of these press Instagram, but they wouldn't release that. Like, they wouldn't ruin the movie for other people. What's gonna happen with Captain Marvel? What's gonna be her role in this movie, and why hasn't she been turned to dust? Like, what makes you think?
Why she wasn't affected by that we know of?
Well, her movie is gonna be about the Kree-Skrull War, and it's gonna be in the past. Supposedly it's gonna be in the 90s. Now, here's the thing: Brie Larson is gonna be Captain Marvel. They have to have some sort of theory to why she doesn't age.
No,
because that's 20 years
and
ago.
So why she wasn't
years ago.
But you know that to be Captain Marvel in the comics, you have to be chosen, right? Because in the new generation, this Indian girl was chosen by the power of the Marvel, whatever the power is called. She was chosen to be Captain Marvel, and then she just became Captain Marvel. I saw a picture. I don't know if it's a leaked or whatever, but Captain Marvel. There was two Captain Marvels in the picture I saw. It was a dude and the girl.
It goes back. Captain Marvel is actually well, the original one, I think it's a Skrull.
The original one was Shazam, basically. His name was Captain Marvel.
Oh no, that's different.
And then
that's another thing, Captain Marvel. But I'm talking about like Marvel Comics Captain Marvel.
Okay.
The guy named Mar-Vell, I think he was like a Skrull that came to Earth. He was an alien, and he took the mantle. He was named Mar-Vell, but then at a point he named himself Captain Marvel when he became a superhero or something like that. And then Miss Marvel, who's Carol Danvers, the Captain Marvel that's gonna be in the movies, she kind of took the mantle of him. Like, she got inspired by him, and that's when she took the mantle. Whenever whatever happened to her, I'm not really familiar with it, but the male Captain Marvel is Mar-Vell, the Skrull, the alien guy. So he's probably in the movie because she's supposedly dealing with the Kree-Skrull War. So she's somewhere in space fighting that war.